all you need is yourself and a mat. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to come to a kneeling position. We're going to start seated on our heels. So if you find this uncomfortable, go ahead and pop a big chunky pillow between your bum and your feet. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead. We're going to take our hands, interlace them in front, and we're just going to barrel chest away. So we're going to push the arms away as we round that spine back. Imagine that we've got that seatbelt on that tummy. Good. As we come up, I'm just going to get you to fly the arms back. Come into a little bit of a back extension for me as that chest comes forward. And again, we're going to go ahead, rounding into that spine, pushing the arms away for me. And then go ahead as we come up again, chest is proud, trying to get that little bit of extension for me. And last one each way, again, really warming up that spine for what's to come. Trying to get used to that rounded scoop position of that spine. And then really working on that extension, that perfect antidote to everyday life. And then come back through center. Just roll our shoulders back. Let's go ahead and take a seat onto your bum for me. We're going to continue that same similar thing. This time our feet are going to be hip distance apart. Our hands are going to be onto the back of our thighs for me. So I'm going to get you to go ahead. I'm going to get you to pull on the legs for me as we bring our chest up to that extension. And then I'm going to get you to scoop as we round down for me. Good. Extending those arms, feet are into the floor. And exhale, pulling on those legs. Legs pull on the hands for me as we bring that chest up. And again, we go ahead as we round down for me. Good. And last one, let's go ahead. Come all the way up. Bringing that chest up proud. And then go ahead, settle that spine into a nice neutral position for me. From here, let's go ahead. Let's have our arms in front of us now. Relax our shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, scoop back. That same way we scooped as we were holding on to those legs. And exhale through the mouth as we build that spine back up. And again, we go ahead, scooping down, rounding into that spine, scooping into that midsection. And exhale, come all the way up. And last one, we're going to stay scooped down for me. Stay here. Can we go ahead and can we bring our right arm up, our left arm down? And without moving the body, can we switch and switch and switch? So only bringing up those arms as far as you can go without bringing that body out of that scoop position. Good. And 3 and 2 and 1. Reach forward and exhale, build up. Now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to scoop down, making sure we're tucked in that tail. We're going to bring our arms into genie arms. We're going to bring our right leg up into tabletop. And then we're going to switch those legs for me, just like we're marching. Still keeping into that scoop position. Can we keep our shoulders out of our ears? We have 8, 7, 7 and 6, 6, 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And can we bring both feet down and can we come all the way up? Perfect. Okay, now from here, let's go ahead. Let us reach our arms and our legs nice and long for me. Let's separate our feet a good hip distance apart, maybe even mat distance apart. Let's reach our arms overhead. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. We're going to rotate for me and we're just going to bring those arms down like a hammer. Bring them up, back through center. Rotate to the left side, again bringing the arms down and lift and back up. So whilst we're rotating, can we really think about grounding down your opposite sit bone for me? Good, we rotate, lower, lift, back through center. We rotate, we lower, we lift and back through center again. And really thinking about warming up into that rotation. Really thinking about tensing into those quadriceps for me. Good. Last one for me. And lower, lift and back up. Nice. Bring the soles of our feet together. Open our knees out to the side, thinking about that butterfly stretch. And often sitting in that tall position is actually quite a lot of work for our, our hip flexors actually. Good. Come back through center. And then from here, let's extend our legs, reach our arms up, and let's go ahead and come on over. Stretching those hamstrings out for me. Good. We're just going to scooch ourselves forward a little bit. We're going to reach our arms over our legs, and as slowly as we can, we're rolling down to the floor. So how slowly can you go? The slower you go, the more you're going to be feeling this in your core. Good. And then we're going to inhale as our arms come up. Exhale as we come over. And really slowing it down on the way up as well. Oftentimes, not anyone here of course, but sometimes momentum is used a little bit. And we want to avoid doing that. Inhale as our arms come up. Exhale as we dive over, and then from here come halfway down. Bring ourselves into that prop position so our elbows are firmly underneath. And I like to really walk my elbows in underneath of my shoulders to feel a little bit more supported there. Now, from here, let's go ahead and bend our legs. We're going to turn them out into a little diamond position for me. From here, let's go ahead and let's bring our legs up into a tabletop position for me. So we're in this turned out tabletop position. Let's go ahead and let's really thinking about dropping our one leg down and exhale to lift opposite side. Dropping the second side down and lifting it up. So we want to make sure that our pelvis stays square to the ceiling. And it's really easy when we have this turn-out position in our legs that it ends up kind of rocking to the side a little bit. Keeping our chest up proud for me. Keeping that tailbone tucked. Good. And we have 5 and 4. Good. And 3 and 2. And last one for me. Keep our legs where they are, but come on down to the floor. We're going to reach our arms up over our chest. Relax our shoulders down. Go ahead. Clasp our hands together. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, we're curling up and over, slicing through those legs, and control back down. And again, curl up and over, slicing through that diamond, and control back down. And again, and we have 3, and lowering down, and 2 more, and melting back down. And last one for me, lowering down. Can we go ahead and bring our arms down to the side? Can we keep our tailbone into the floor and our back connected as we extend those legs up and zipper our inner thighs together? We go ahead, we come back down into that little diamond position, and we exhale as we zipper those inner thighs together, really working that lower abdomen as well. Good. Again, exhale as we extend, and then we bend. 3 more for me, and 3, and lowering back down, and 2 more, and lower. Last one, can we stay lifted for me? Can we go ahead and can we do a little horizontal crisscross as we crisscross those inner thighs? And that movement really comes from our inner thighs. We have 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4. Point those toes. 3, and 2, and 1. Now, can we keep our inner thighs together? Can we open them out to the sides? And can we zipper our inner thighs back together? Can we open them up to the side? And can we zipper together? We have 8, and zipper, and 7, and bring it back home, and 6, good, and 5, still staying laterally rotated from those hip joints. 4, keeping everything from the hips upward unchanged. 3, and 2, and last one. Now let's go ahead and do a little combo deal. We come out to the side. As we come together, we crisscross. We open, and then we crisscross. Good. We open. Just alternating which leg crosses first. Good. And last one for me. Crisscross. And then bring the inner thighs together and come back down into that little diamond position. We're going to cradle one hand underneath the other on the nape of the neck for me. Elbows are wide. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, and we're going to exhale as we curl up and over. Stay curled up, elbows are wide. And I want you to do a little lateral bend towards that right side and back through center. And over towards the left side, back through center and lower back down. And again, curl up and over, same exact thing. Laterally bend to that right side, back through center, over to the left side, good, and lower back down. And last two for me, curl up and over, we come to the right. Remember, your head is heavy into your hands, not the other way around. And lower back down, and last one for me. With an exhale, come over, and to the left, and lower back down. Gorgeous, nice. Now, from here, let's hold those legs into the chest for me. We can rock a little bit from side to side for me. Good, and then let's go ahead, let's tuck the chin, and let's begin rocking and rolling back and forth. So I want you to scoot your bum a little bit closer to the front. We're going to come into rolling like a ball. So I want you to hold on either to the back of your hamstrings or onto your ankles, depending on your mobility. And I want you to look down towards that tummy button, really rounding that same scoot in that back position that we made right at the start. Hover those feet up off the floor. We go ahead. We inhale to roll back. We exhale as we come up again. So I want you to make sure that you're looking towards that navel the whole time. Good. Making sure your back is rounded. What do I always say, guys? Remember, balls don't roll if they're flat. And last one for me. Come all the way up and lower those feet down. Now, let's go ahead. Let's scoot back. Let's turn those legs out into that nice diamond position for me. Good. Let's stabilize ourselves like a little tripod. From here, we're going to lift our right leg up, and then we're going to just rotate over, trying to bring our elbow to our knee. Lower it down and come back through center. And again, we come over. So this right hand here is really just here just as a little support system. If you were to take it away, it's not going to do anything. And 3, nice, still in that scoot position. 2, and 1. Stay here for me. Free the arm, and let's pulse just that leg up for 10, 9, and let that movement really come from our inner thigh. Good. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Come back through center. Still scooped for me. We're going to go ahead. We're going to lift our left leg up, and we're going to rotate over and lower it down. And again, as we rotate and back through center, and we have 5. Good. And 4, again, letting that movement come from our inner thigh. 3, and 2. Guys, we're almost there. 1, stay here, reach the arm and pulse from our inner thigh. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Bring our hands behind us for me. Fingertips are facing towards you. Separate our feet about hip distance apart for me. And then from here, imagine you're a little marionette on a string, pushing away into the floor, and lift your hips up for me. And lowering down with control. And again, we go ahead, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, push the hands down through the floor. Squeeze those glutes for me. And lower back down. And last one for me. We go ahead. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth as we lift up for me. Squeeze those little glutes. And melting back down. Go ahead, sitting our legs nice and wide. Good, bringing our arms into a T. Take a nice deep breath in, coming back to that same rotation we did earlier. Rotate to the right side. Hinge over, soar off our baby toe with our pinky, reaching our back arm back And last one, come all the way up and back through center. Rotating to that left side, grounding that opposite sit bone down for me. Come all the way up and back through center. Again, rotating to that right side. Again, hinging over. 3, 2, 1, and come all the way up and back through center. Last one. Rotate and soar for 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up and center. Lower the arms down. Widen those legs even more for me. We're going to go ahead. We're going to reach our left hand down just to our left foot or onto our leg, wherever you can. And we're just going to reach that right arm up for me. So we're getting this nice side body stretch. Good. And come all the way up, switching to that second side for me. Good. Again, go where you can, guys. There's no right or wrong way of being able to stretch. You go to your personal limit. Good. And then all the way up. Go ahead, bring those legs together. And we're going to flip onto that tummy for me. So, once we're onto our tummy, I really want you to think about pressing your pubic bone down and lifting your belly button up for me. I won't see that. I mean, not that I would because you're on camera, but you will feel that. So, let's bring our arms into genie arms for me. Our legs are going to be about hip distance apart, and they're going to be in a nice parallel position for me, which means our kneecaps are facing down towards the floor. From here, we go ahead. We lift just our legs for me, and then we lower them back down. And again, we go ahead as we lift just our legs, and we lower back down. And again, we have 3 more for me. And lowering with control, and 2 more for me, and melting back down. Last one for me. We're going to stay here, and we're just going to go ahead and just vertically flutter those legs up and down, and 10 and 9. How long can we get those legs? And 8 and 7 and 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower them down. Nice. Now relax those legs completely. We're going to inhale as we lift that chest up for me. And those arms, the forehead stays connected to the arms. And exhale as we lower down. Inhale as we lift up. Good, really working from our mid-back and not from our neck. And lowering back down. And last one for me, we go ahead as we stay lifted, lift our legs up as well, extend our arms like Superman, and then we're going to vertically flutter both the arms and the legs, so we're swimming. And 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring our arms into genie arms and lower everything down. Gorgeous. Let's reach our arms down to the sides for me. Palms are facing downwards. We go ahead. We exhale to prepare. Goodness, I couldn't get the words out. So excited. Inhale as we swan up for me. Again, neck is nice and long. That same lateral bend that we did earlier. We're coming to the side and back through center. So you can see where it's really important that you anchor down your pubic bone, because if you don't, what happens is you end up going all the way over the place. Back through center, arms in genie arms, and lower back down for me. Lovely. And let's go ahead and let's take a little seat back, just into that child's pose position for me. Pressing those palms down. Good, breathing here. Nice deep breath into our nose, nice stretch out of that back. And go ahead and let's go into that 4-point kneeling position for me. So, we really want to have your knees underneath of your hips. We want to have our hands underneath of your shoulders for me. Nice long neck. Let's extend our leg nice and long for me. And let's lift the leg up and tap it back down. Again, as we lift and we lower and we have 4. Making sure that our shoulders are pressed away from our ears. good, and 3, and 2, last one for me, and let's diagonally tap just to the other side of our left leg. Let's sweep up to that middle point and tap back down again as we sweep and lower, and we have 5, good, and 4, nice long neck, and 3, and 2, and last one, keep our leg up here and pulse that leg to the sky for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Sit back in that rest position just for a second. Really just to relax those wrists more than anything. Circle them in one direction, circle them in the other. Come on straight back for me for that second side. Extending our left leg nice and long, sweeping it up and tapping it down again as we lift. So don't worry about how high we can get that leg. Think about how long we can get that leg. Good. And again, and we have 4, and 3, and 2. Last one. Can we stay lifted? Can we diagonally tap behind our right for me and sweep back up to that first point? Diagonally tap and sweep back up, and we have 4, and lift, and 3, and sweeping up, and 2, again, neck is nice and long, and 1, stay lifted and pulse that heel to the sky for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down. Again, send ourselves back, rotating the wrists in one direction and rotating them in the other. And then rolling up for me. We're just going to go ahead and roll those shoulders back 3 times for me. So up and back and down. And again, we come up and back and down. Lovely. Now, let's come on to our side for me. So we're going to meet in that side propped position. We're going to have our back lined up against the back of the mat for me. And then we're going to go ahead as we extend those legs into that almost L-shaped position for me. So if someone was a helicopter was above, they'd see a picture of you in an L shape. Let's lift our leg up and let's tap it back down for me. Good. As we lift and we tap back down, and we have 5, keeping our hips stacked and our shoulders stacked. 4, and 3, and 2, last one. Can we keep it lifted with a flexed foot? Can we pulse up to the sky? So that edge of the foot is really parallel to the roof. Good. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, can we sweep the leg back for me? And can we point to kick forward? Can we flex as it comes back? And can we point to kick forward? So whilst we're doing this, can we really keep that bottom leg absolutely still? 3 more, really working on that balance as well. 2 more, and bring it forward. Last one, and stay here. Nice. Now we have this funny scissor position with the legs. We're going to pulse that leg up. Again, the edge of that foot is still parallel to the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point the toes, bring it forward for me. Nice. Let's go ahead. Let's bring both legs back. We're going to come up onto our elbow for me. We're going to reach our arm into a T position. From here, lifting up into that half plank. Now we can absolutely stay here, or we can extend that top leg. From here, that top leg is parallel to the floor. We bend at the knee and we extend. So think a little hamstring curl. We bend and we extend. Our neck is on straight, so it's not dangling down. And we have 4, good, and 3, and extend, and 2, good, and last one, and extend, lower everything down. coming on up to that side-seated position. We're going to grab hold of the ankle with our right hand. So our right hand is grabbing our ankle. Let's lift our left arm up, get as tall as we possibly can, and then exhale as we bring our hands just reaching over to that skirting board. Come all the way up, lower the hand down, and again, exact same thing. Reaching our arm up, and then get tall first, and pulling on that ankle as we bring ourselves over. So we're getting this nice arc in the side body. Come all the way up and lower down. Gorgeous. Let's swing those legs around that second direction. So we're going to have our left ankle being held onto our left hand. Precious has come to say hello. Reaching our right arm up, get tall as we possibly can, and then pulling away from that cat or toward that cat, depending on where she's going. And come all the way up and lower down. Last one. Reaching our arm up, get tall, 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 and then pulling ourselves over. Precious lost interest, guys. No, she's not wanting to work out today. Maybe that is feeling how you're feeling. I don't know. Now, from here, we're going to come on down onto our elbow. We're going to do our side planks first. So again, really thinking about lifting that waist up off the floor, bringing our arm into a T for me. We're going to lift up into our half plank so we can stay here, or we can extend our legs so it's parallel to the floor, and we draw the heel to our bum and we extend that leg. We draw the heel to the bum and we extend, and keeping our head on straight, neck is nice and long. We have 4, 3, almost there, guys. Keep that waist lifted, keep pushing away from the floor, and last one for me, and lower everything down. Let's come on down onto that side propped position for me. We're going to bring our legs just into that L shape, making sure that our chest stays proud, so that's not caving. From here, we lift that top leg up and we lower it down. Again, keeping our foot flexed. Good. And we have 5, and tapping down, and 4, and 3, and 2. Last one. Can we go ahead? Can we keep that leg lifted? Foot is parallel just to that floor, that edge of that foot. We pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We go ahead with a flexed foot. We sweep that leg back, try to keep the balance, and we point as we come forward. We flex to come back, and we point to come forward. And we have 5, and point forward, and 4, and sweep, and 3, and sweeping it forward. 2 more. Good. Last one. Can we stay back? Can we pulse that foot up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point the toe, bring it forward, lower down. Gorgeous. Let's go ahead and move onto our back for me. Really centering ourselves top to bottom, side to side for me. Good, readjust the outfit. And let's have our feet onto the floor. So we're going to have our hips, our knees, and our ankles all in alignment. Nice. Now, from here, relaxing our arms down to the side. We're peeling our bum as we roll all the way up for me. And then melting all the way back down. Precious likes the bridge, I think, guys. And peeling. Did you see I gallop over for it? And melting down. That's the enthusiasm I want you to have, guys, when it comes to working out. Really gallop into the workout. And melting back down. And the last one, can we stay all the way up? Put all of our weight into our right foot as our left leg comes into tabletop. We extend that leg. Nice. Now, bend it. We're going to thread it behind our leg. We're going to drop that left hip down. So we're getting a little rotation. And we're going to send it back up, leveling the hips up. We're going to tuck behind, drop our left hip. And then we're going to reach it back up, leveling those hips for me.
We have 3. Getting a nice little bit of spinal rotation here. And 2. Squeeze the glutes and lift. And 1. And lift it up. Bend the leg, float the foot down. Get those hips back up there if they've dropped. From here, we go ahead and bring our right leg into tabletop. We extend it up to 90. Let's bend the leg, thread behind, dropping our right hip down, and then lifting our leg up, leveling our hips up again. Again, we bend and we drop that right hip down. We go ahead, we squeeze the glutes as we bring the hips level. Last one for me. Rotate and lift. Bend the leg, foot comes down, level the hips up, and melting all the way back down for me. Nice. And let's just go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together. Let our knees come out to the side for me. And just rock a little bit from side to side, just relaxing any tension into those hip flexors, those inner thighs. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bring your inner thighs to meet for me. We're going to hug those knees into the chest. And then from here, let's go ahead and create a rocking, rolling motion as we come up to that seated position. So we're going to come into our open leg rocker. Let's open our legs up about shoulder distance, and that's important, guys. You don't want to be too close together. Make sure you're at the front of your mat so you've got plenty of room behind. So you remember earlier in the workout, right at the start, we had those 2 positions when we were pulling on the legs and we were pulling that chest up high, and then we were rounding. Okay, so we're going to really utilize those 2 positions for our open leg rocker. So from here, let's go ahead, let's scoot back for me, and let's free our legs up into that tabletop position. We're really tucked into that tail, guys. If we're not, then we can't balance. If we're too far onto our sit bones, we're just going to rock forward. So scooping into that tailbone. We're going to pull the chest up proud, pulling on those legs pulling on those hands for me. Now from here, our second part, we're rounding, we're going to roll down, we're going to come all the way up, we pull on those legs pull on the hands for me. So our rolling is quite similar to that rolling like a ball, guys. So again, rounding, inhale to lower, exhale to lift, pulling on those legs pulling on the hands, our chest is proud. Last one, we got our legs bent, and then maybe we're getting crazy and we're extending those legs. We go ahead, and then we come all the way up, pulling on those legs pulling on the hands. Now, absolutely feel free to stay where you are, otherwise extend those legs. Again, we don't want to be too narrow. Pulling the chest up proud, that's our finish and our start position. Rounding that spine, we roll back. Pulling on the legs pulling on the hands. And again, inhale to roll back. Exhale, show that necklace off. Last one for me. Yes, perfect. Zip the legs together, circle our arms around, and bring our legs up into a nice long position for me. From here, we're bringing our legs over to the right side, and we bring them back through center. Over to the left side, and back through center, and we have 2. Good. Keep the chest proud. 1, and back through center. Bend the legs, help ourselves up. And then let's come into a little seal for me. So our seal, and I'll give you a little reminder how we sit. Our legs are shoulder distance apart. Our arms come through the legs for me and hold on either side of those ankles. Let's go ahead. Thinking about our outside of our arm pushing on our inner thigh and our inner thigh pushing on our arm. So we're really creating that locked position. Hover our feet up off the floor, look down towards that tummy button. We're going to clap the soles of our feet together and let that clap come from our inner thighs. We clap for 1, 2, 3. We roll back. Come all the way up and clap again. Find the stillness first. We clap for 3, 2, 1. And again, rolling back. Coming on up. We clap for 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale to roll back. Exhale as we come up, we clap for 3, 2, 1. Now, this last one, we're going to roll back
As we come up, we're going to free the arms and we're going to come up to a standing position. Everyone's like, are we? Yes, we are. From here, we roll back, free the arms, come all the way up. And if you want to add a little ta-da at the end, that seems appropriate. From here, let's come back and bring ourselves back off of that mat just to balance. Let's reach our arms up for me. Let's hold on to our right wrist. Let's pull ourselves over, come down and around as we come all the way up. Same exact thing again. Pull up and over and come all the way around. And this is such a glorious stretch. Reaching that second arm up, pulling onto that left wrist. Keep our shoulders down. Come over and come down around and all the way up. And again, we pull up before we come over and come all the way around. Coming on up, lower our arms down for me. Let's heel toe our feet just underneath of our hips. Bring our chin into our chest, our belly button into our spine, rolling down. Let's hold on to those opposite elbows and sway from side to side, releasing and relaxing. Go ahead, come to a still. Relax our arms down and roll up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead, let's roll those shoulders up and back and down and again and up and back and down, and last one, and up and back and down. And those words you've been looking for, you my darlings are all done. Fabulous job, and I will see you next time.